Hi everyone, welcome back to TVI Podcast. Carl Donnelly here.
Julian Francis Dean. Hi. How you doing? How's
It's
Australia?
it's great, thanks. This is episode 153. Anyone watching on YouTube, you'll see we've got a bit of fun going on here. But through the magic of modern technology, my head is floating above our guest. Should we play Guess the Guest?
Guess the guest.
Guess the guest. So we're going to say, obviously, we need to hear your voice. What did you tell us what you had for breakfast? What did you have for breakfast this morning?
This morning I just had a cup of coffee, and
We've got a New York cop.
usually I have
And some donuts.
I had a black cup of coffee on a burnt pot that I drank sitting over my case files.
Yes, place your guess. Place your guesses now.
Savages out there.
Sean Penn. Welcome to TVI.
Shall we move my head off of our guest? And there we go. It's
There we
Russell
go.
Hicks, everyone.
The one and
Thank you guys for having me.
Young King.
Thanks for
Welcome.
coming in. Thanks for sitting
Thank
in
you.
the studio with Julian so he's not lonely.
No problem.
And we've got Phoebe on the desk today. Feel free to
Hey,
pitch in at any
Phoebes.
point.
Hello. Yeah, you could hear my giggling, so that was me.
Yeah.
Hi.
How is it? How is London? Give me a quick 1 minute rundown. What's happening in London today?
Very
everyone?
toasty today. Nice weather.
Very nice.
Is it?
There was some gang violence yesterday in Blackheath Fair.
Oh, nice.
And the
What
police,
sort
there was
of stuff?
helicopters and all that. Police helicopters.
And what was
You
it
didn't ask
about?
that, but...
Turf. The turf
Well, I think
war.
it's the Easter holidays and all the kids are off school, so they start
that's it.
stabbing each other.
Yeah, that's it. That's just kids being kids.
Yeah, you know what kids are like.
I live in Berkhamsted now.
Last time I
Berkhamsted.
saw you was just before I came out here, Russell, and you told me about
Yeah.
your fleeing London.
I live in Berkhamsted.
What have you moved
lovely. It
from
sounds-
Rochester?
Yeah.
Because Berkhamsted sounds like it's way further out than it is. It's actually right on the M25, isn't it?
The M1, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is
So
that-
you go
yeah.
M1, and then you get to the M25, and it's right around that little junctiony bit there, isn't it?
That's it. Right before Hemel, between
Yes.
Hemel and Tring. Beautiful area,
Tring's
Carl.
a nice place.
Tring
It's a
is.
lovely- I've been-
I hear Tring's a very nice place. Yeah,
It's,
Comedy
they're all very
festival
nice.
there.
there's a Tring Comedy Festival there. Yeah, it's
And
beautiful.
like most people who move there, I bet you could tell me exactly how quick your train ride is to a major network rail station.
I think about this every single time because you did this bit, and I had just recently moved to Rochester, and I knew it to the minute. I would say the train was 37 minutes.
yeah,
I would.
I love it when
seven.
people do
I didn't even round up. 37 minutes. The train in from Berkhamsted is 25 minutes.
Ooh.
Houston, mate. But I got to get this late night train. It's at like midnight, and it is an absolute disaster. It's people going to Nottingham, and it is the drunkest people just making love to a McDonald's.
That's the only thing. Like I remember when I lived in Horsham for a while, the actual town was nice and all that, and the trains were regular during the day. But basically, once it got to about 11 o'clock at night, the trains are like one every 45 minutes. So if you miss one, you just got to wait in fucking Victoria Station for 45 minutes. And it was always.
This is gonna sound like a
always
bit.
packed with drunk people.
Would this be crazy?
Yeah.
After 12:30, a sober train. Like
Yeah, but
you
no,
pay
yeah, I
extra. Think about it economically.
Oh, right.
You
got
pay
to do a
extra.
breathalyzer test.
You breathalyze at the front.
But there'd be only you
Yes.
on there probably at that time.
I don't know, man. There's like 2 or 3 people that I see on these trains. You're right. There's absolutely no market
What
for it. I
about
just
you
realized.
and the
Just have a
driver?
sober carriage, just a sober carriage, like the quiet carriage. Have a.
I
Sober
just realized it's called getting a driver's license and driving myself.
it's called.
Have you got a UK license?
No, but I'm gonna get one. What do you have to do? What do you where
Oh,
do I
you got a
show up?
license.
What do I just walk? Where do I go?
You just drive, mate.
Have you got a
You
normal
just start driving,
American
right?
driving license?
I had one. I let it expire.
Okay, so you might be in trouble then. You might have to
All
do
my
a test.
identities, each name I used in America, they're all expired now. No, but
I
you just start driving in the UK, right? That's it.
You just start driving, yeah, and then
You do have to do a test, a theory test, and
you do a test at the
practical
police
test.
station.
Yeah, that's how it is in Europe.
You do a
just
drink
start
driving test on the sidewalk.
Oh, right. Okay. You do your test drunk and
yeah,
sober.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
UK,
yeah.
you do 2 tests.
Yeah.
I think the test here is a bit more stringent than some countries. I know the Australian driving test is fucking easy, man, from what my wife told me. Whereas like in the UK, it's much harder, I think.
Just got to
Really?
watch out for the ruse in America and Australia, haven't you?
Well, no, but they all drive, and everyone here drives automatic, which is what you should do. I mean, it's mental that people in the UK
I
still
know.
drive manuals
I'm going to get an
around.
automatic next car.
Yeah, it's
What?
fucking
You think it's crazy
stupid.
to drive a stick? Why?
Because it's what in this day and age, why would they possibly make a car that's manual unless you're driving a rally car and you need to go through the gears?
You don't
That
need
is
to-
true.
You don't
What
need
is
to
it?
drop
You're just
gear
sat
to
in
hit
London.
a fucking hairpin turn.
You just
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
the point of a stick ever? What was the point of that?
Because it used
They're
to be the only way of before automatics were made. That was the only type of gearbox. Then they made
Yeah.
automatics and they were super expensive. So now it's like, it feels like they've phased it out and it's not that expensive anymore. So why? Yeah, I don't know why they would do it. Hold on, I keep getting bloody WhatsApps from John Hastings. I'm gonna try and shut my WhatsApp down. Could you hear it going? Beep, beep? Should we see what John Hastings is saying? He's asking me. He's asking me when my first coffee is. I gave up caffeine for Lent, so I can have my first bit of caffeine on Friday after 40 days.
What you're going to
40 days. Wow. Why go back? You made it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
well-
could never do it that long.
Yeah, do you know what I will say? I've had a couple of decafs over the 40 days to sort of for the taste of coffee.
Yeah.
And I realised I just actually really like coffee. Like I think I could easily give up caffeine, but
Have you
It's-
noticed
yeah.
any differences?
I'm
do you
way more
sleep
tired
better?
constantly. I'm more irritable and
Really?
life's shitter.
Still?
No, I am definitely. I do think I've worked out that the just having the option of being able to drink a coffee
Yeah.
when you're on a day when you're a bit sleepy and you've got a gig and you just want a little pep up, you just don't
Yeah.
have any other options if you can't have caffeine, do you? I'm
Well,
not gonna
I
get
like, you know what I like to
line
do?
of Coke, am I?
I like to have a hot coffee in my hand in case, like, if I'm doing like a TV
throw it at
thing,
someone.
you know, if I'm like on a set, yeah. And I like to just throw it right in their face.
Yeah.
Or at least have it like as
just
a
runner's
threat.
face.
Throw it at the
Yeah,
runner.
just like in a runner's face.
Fix me another coffee.
Scalding hot. And I feel like decaf, you can do it, but it doesn't burn as
Something of the same
badly.
effect.
You've got to have your power moves. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a good
Fuck
one.
yeah. I got power moves, man. Look at how I'm sitting, bro.
You are a power
Look at how I'm taking up.
Yeah, you
I read
are.
this book about alphas, bro. It said they take up space.
I wrote it, mate.
Alphas take up space.
With a big old alpha.
What up?
Big old test.
Do you know
nads.
there's like books. You know you can buy books that say like how to be an alpha. I've never actually read one.
No.
fucking
Have you ever
need
read?
to.
Nor have I.
Have you ever
would
read
do.
any of the Game by Neil Strauss or any of those ones?
It's my Quran, mate.
Do you know what? Can I?
Yeah,
all right,
obviously.
I'm gonna tell you something. This
Puts on you.
this might be too real, okay? But
Yeah.
studied
that's my
under him.
brand.
That's your mentor.
My brand is truth now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today,
That's
I
why
try to.
we're all nervous.
I'm test driving this new brand,
And so talk to us about the game.
and I'm
Is it
just
something
and
you
like my
practiced
thing is
and
just like
mastered?
fucking truth, dude. Like I just,
And just start slaying.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm test driving this new brand. It's like fucking haircut, clean shaven truth. So I read the Game when I was like in my early 20s, which I think the Game got. Give me some space on this, guys, because it's going to sound like I'm defending this book, which is
No,
a
I think I'm gonna
problematic
agree. I
book.
guarantee I agree with what you're about to say.
Okay, the Game came out when I was in my early 20s, and it like at the like a lot of guys, I was in my early 20s. I was like, okay, I know what this book is about.
Where's
yes,
the pussy at? That's what you're thinking.
basically. I used to, because I had a T-shirt that said "Where's the pussy at?"
Yeah, of course.
and that was my pickup method at the
got
time,
a tattoo.
and it wasn't working.
That's our new TVI merch range.
Where
That's written on my dick.
I used to just walk into a bar with my T-shirt that said "Where the pussy at?"
And they'd let you know where the pussy's at with
I'd be like, "What's up?" Nothing. So I started reading this book, and then now I know it's like problematic. But I think what am I trying to say here? Anyway, the book helped me at the time. I think what it did is it just says, just talk to girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I wasn't really talking to that many girls in my 20s. But do you know what I did
Yeah.
recently? So I think that book actually can be quite problematic. I found it in my, because I know, you know, a lot of comedians who are just in this perpetual cycle of chasing. I think it's unhealthy, to be honest.
So many.
And
Yeah.
so I had this book, right? I found it because I moved recently. And the book was in my, you know, stuff. And I was like, why do I still have this book? And I was like, you know what? I can give this book away. But I wrote in the book, this is actually kind of cheesy now.
Dear Kings.
I said, no, I wrote in the book, I said, use this book. I said, use this book to find the girl you love and then burn it.
And then bang her sister.
And I just left it on the, I left it on the steps. I couldn't figure out where to leave this book. I was at a Sports Direct. I just left it on the steps of a
Sikh
Sports
temple.
Direct. I
Sports
thought that was quite good advice though to leave to the
Probably
youth.
quite
Like,
good.
That's lovely.
you know,
man.
like use it. Don't be,
demographic for it.
but don't become some like sex addict. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To be
And
fair,
that book
I've
is
said it
gone
before
now.
on here. That book is it you know, it's that classic thing of like, I feel that the people that used the book were worse than the book itself. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was written by a good writer. He's a good journalist who just happened to follow pickup artists and talk about what they were doing. And
Right.
It's almost like a John Ronson style, getting in the mix and finding out, or sort of Louis Theroux style thing.
What-
and
what's
actually,
it-
I
yeah.
think its reputation is not as bad as the book is.
I think
Here's-
if it helps young, like nervous, shy guys, like with their confidence, I think it's pretty good, isn't it?
Well,
But it's-
the
but
culture
people
now.
the people it talks about, the pickup artists are gross. The people that's
Yeah,
their
yeah,
existence.
yeah.
That's their
what
life.
is
for
actually
the people
in the
that-
book? Because this is the second podcast today where people have spoken about it.
Okay, what's in the
Really?
book is like just all these like it's more. Before I got rid of it, I read it again and I was like, okay, and it's so
So
interesting.
a
No,
refresher
listen,
course.
listen. But I'm telling you, I read it from this perspective of
gotta
like,
just
I
touch up
skimmed.
the old
I
skills.
What if you
skimmed.
got a girl around
No, listen.
your place and that
This
was
is why I
next
said
to
give
your
me
bed?
some air on this one. Yeah, what do I got? I gotta go.
Copies on your
I'm
pillow.
because I've let I'm entering into a new era of my life where it's like just focus. Anyway, so
Yeah.
it's interesting when you revisit it as an adult and you're like, yeah, like Carl was saying, like the guys in it are just fucking sad, man. And I mean, it comes to that conclusion, and it's like Neil Strauss wrote another book. Not a lot of people know this. Later, like about a couple years ago, he was like, he's a sex addict, and he was like, this book, like this shit, fucking ruined me, and he was just addicted, this habitual. Because all you're doing, if you're in a state of consistently trying to attract women, you have such low self-esteem that you need consistent, constant approval all day, every day. And it's a twisted, sad void in your life. That being said, like, that's why I was like, if you just, like Carl said, the book at face value, I remember it, people were like, it's rapey and all that. I was like, well, no, I remember, at least in my 20s, reading it, and it was very
got you
clear
away
about like,
from
don't
being
ever
rapey.
impose yourself on somebody in a way. I don't know, but I mean, then there's a few things you do read in the book, and you're like, that's pretty fucking dodgy. Actually,
Let's,
you know what
let's
I'm
put that
saying?
into
Like,
action.
and then you implement them.
That's pretty dodgy. You've got to
Julian
get
really
down.
noted down.
Got to
in
get
his
down
little
B
book.
and Q.
But anyway,
By a
I think, like
chainsaw.
you said, it can be good. You can like, it's just like, hey, you don't even have to read the book. It's just like, if you're a little shy, just honestly, just talk to people,
Yeah,
be yourself.
yeah.
And then, but don't. I don't know, man. Dude, these guys. I mean, and certainly I don't know what's going on now, but there's like a whole subculture that's developed that I'm pretty sure is just fucking disgusting. You know, the new,
Yeah, of course.
the like insane whatever guys that were getting banned from coming to the country and stuff
I
like
think
that.
a problem with it as well is people could kind of theorize too much. Like they read the book, they study how to do it for too long without even going out and trying to talk to someone. Do you know what I mean? I know people that have done that.
Yeah, I think comics could be like, I think maybe a comedian can take from it. Oh, just talk to people because you're charismatic and you could be
Thank
funny.
you, man.
But like people who like, I'm at the Royal, but like the people who like, that's such a weird thing, dude. Think about that, like studying how. It's like you're deifying. They're just people.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I think it's bizarre.
Yeah.
But
Have
also,
you ever
I've been
read-
and they
such a-
grade women as well, like 1 to 10.
Oh, that's so fucked up,
Yeah.
man.
That's the thing about them pickup artists. It's the fact they see it all as a numbers game, innit? And that's when it's like the world like that.
I
then everything
grade,
is
I
just
grade them
gross
differently.
and
I
fucked.
do, yeah.
I've been told I'm not allowed to because I'm
Better system.
we used to grade each other at school, but they wouldn't do me because I'm ginger, and apparently that's a fetish. So I'm not on the normal grading.
You're an 11.
I'm
Really?
on a separate. Thank you, Jude.
Sad.
Yeah,
I mean,
know,
having
it's
said
sad.
that,
Yeah.
One about a book.
What girl?
Yeah.
You and your girlfriends graded each other.
Yeah, I mean that part's not great. We were in sixth form, and they were all like, "Oh, you're a 10, you're an 8, you're a 6," and I was like,
Wow.
"Why?"
Who
And
was
they were
a
like,
10?
"You're ginger."
hey,
Like,
who's
okay.
this 10?
Have you got her digits?
Yeah.
What?
I think in
Pull a
the
picture
game.
of that 10.
I need to get back
pictures of
into
her
the
when she was
game.
17.
No, I mean the thing. Honestly, to be honest, I've always been such a stellar lover. I've never had to use
Right.
these.
But the rumours, it's word of mouth,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Pretty much.
How they get savage.
Oh,
Got,
the
got a
emails. I
CV
get.
with quotes from all your previous ones. Just hand
Your
it over
Edinburgh
to us.
poster.
Just take a read of that and then come back to me.
I was
Really good
talking to a
TripAdvisor
comic.
rating.
I was talking to a comic recently, and he said that he
Dick
met this guy.
advisor.
Dick Advisor.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I
That's
was
a
talking to
shit
this
joke.
comic, and he said that he met this guy in acting class recently who has stock lines set up ready for any answer that he gets, and he's got like 20 girls on that. And this is a young comic,
What,
and I said,
on messaging.
yeah, and he's got stock lines that he just throws out to like deal with all the responses, and he's got like this whole harem of girls. And I was like telling this young comic, I was like, look, dude, I know you seem confused about that right now. And the guy was like 40. I'm like, just so you know, that is fucking sad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You
I
might
took
for
it
a
to
second
heart.
think that's cool. Like, oh, this guy's got all the. That is a sad man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. It's just. It's
I'm
basically
helping
it's
the
like being
youth.
a hack old comedian where you just got stock lines.
Yeah,
Just
but like,
doing
what
it,
kind of
Jesus
guy
Christ.
needs that many? Again, it's just like low self-esteem, you know? I don't know. I'm I'm an elder statesman now. Do you help the young comics?
I
Of
do.
the game.
I was in. I was in.
the game. Oh, by the way, I'm what's known as an elder statesman in the game. I'm beyond the game. Have you? Oh, by the way, I'm here to promote my new book, Beyond the Game.
There's
What is it, one
levels.
of them?
There's levels to the game.
The whole book
What
is
have you
actually
seen?
called Pussy King: Beyond the Game.
What's that guy? There was a
The
guy
young-
who was like
young soldier.
The
You know,
guy
when I don't
who
get a
wasn't-
laugh
who
on a
was
line
from
like
the
that, it sounds
country.
worse. Like, hey, I don't. Like, if I'm gonna make jokes like that, I'm gonna need a laugh. Because when I say Pussy King and no one laughs, it's just like
No, we just take it on face value, man.
that's, you know what I mean? Anyway, sorry, go
We're
ahead.
gonna put that out as a
What, no,
clip
what I was
and
saying
mock up
was,
a book like you're trying to sell it.
Do you know what? This was a bad idea. My career's about
there's
to
a
pop,
guy
dude. This is gonna get me
called-
canceled.
Roosh V. Do you know Roosh V? He's the guy who was like one of the biggest famous YouTube pickup artists. He was the one you mentioned when you said somebody was banned from the country. I think it was him, and he was banned from coming in. But he's now had a total life change. And
was
is
his real
a-
name? There was one called Julian, wasn't there? Was that him? No,
This
it wasn't
him,
me.
no.
But I remember thinking,
I mean-
yeah, he's got the same.
But no, this
name.
guy, he's now a born-again Christian who believes in like no sex before marriage and all that sort of shit. Like he's
Fair
literally
play.
gone from the king of the pickup artists to the
Man should
totally
find some
other
balance
opposite.
in his life, eh? Just fucking chill out a bit.
Yeah, but like
There
he's
was a-
like he's
there was a-
literally the opposite now.
There was a
That's
couple
good.
of young guys in the sauna the other day. That sounds weird, but I overheard them talking. They were about 19. I overheard them talking about problems like with girls and stuff, and I butted in and like give them some advice.
Oh God.
No, but they were like
What
on
did
my
you
every
say?
word.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I said, but I definitely helped them.
Did you?
Yeah.
What were
their
they
problems?
saying? What was their issues?
I should have had a better explanation. I can't remember. Should we cut that out? But they were just talking about DMing girls and girls not getting back and all that kind of thing.
Well,
So I just gave them a
DMing.
little bit of
Exactly. Yeah.
well, there's your problem right there.
little bit of advice, mate.
DMing. That's it.
I
You're
mean,
just
nowadays
DMing.
though, that's how they chat to people, isn't it? I guess.
I guess, but I don't know. I've never was on an app or anything. I never used an app.
I meet people
I've
in the
never used
wild
an app.
still.
Yeah.
Some people in the
Yeah.
youth still do.
If you're doing what you want in life, then you will naturally be surrounded by people
Like
that are your type.
Yeah.
So if you have to go search them on an app, I just think, you should look at the root cause.
Do you think the dating apps are good then.
That was an
Bad.
expert from my book,
The dating app. I guess the dating apps are good in a
which
way,
is
aren't
again called Pussy King.
they? Like, because
Beyond the Game.
yeah. There's levels to the game.
Dude, I get so nervous now on podcasts. Like I'm
You
just
seem
so
really
I'm
nervous,
so
man.
terrified of getting canceled.
You seem really nervous, man.
And I know you guys are looking at me like you
Cancelled.
don't. You guys are like you don't have anything to get canceled, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You think I'll get canceled for that?
I wasn't going to
You
say
think I'll
that.
get canceled for that Pussy King thing?
They might cancel your credit cards.
No.
What if Nationwide cancels my debit? They would too. Nationwide are so scared, man. I like Amex. Amex will freaking do any dodgy deal I want. I'm freaking shuffling money.
I get my bank card gets shut down regular. I
Dude.
once got defrauded out of £1,500. I got like basically someone stole my details and then tried to buy accountancy books in the Middle East. And since that happened, it like literally, if I spend more than about £80 on my debit card, HSBC just lock it down and call me and like, you trying to spend money? I was like, yeah, I'm fucking trying to spend money. It's my money, you fuckheads.
Dude, Nationwide are such wimps. Like, if I buy I'll buy like a 50-pound kettle at Argos, and Nationwide will shut down my credit card. Be like, we suspected fraud. There was some suspicious activity. Like, have some faith in me, Nationwide. I'm doing all right.
Someone
I dropped.
Yeah, sorry, we just want to check you paid your rent this month. We just want to check everything's all right.
We shut down your accounts. We just didn't know. Amex, they freaking love it. They'll let this whatever. They'll just up my balance for no reason.
I'm with Barclays, man.
Oh,
Wait,
Barclays is the same, dude. They're freaking dodgy, white collar crime.
I don't know. I got frauded out of about £700 right at the beginning of lockdown, and they just put it back in my account.
By a
Nationwide?
local brothel. You don't know how they got your money.
Don't know. Yeah, someone used it at a couple of strip clubs.
Really?
Bought some coke. Yeah. They just refunded it. Someone bought the game. The game and a packet
Why
of
did we say
Durex
that?
on Amazon. People who buy this also buy this.
That would be
What
great.
happened?
I'd love to see the people who also bought
The
the
game and a chainsaw.
Oh, let's have a look. I can have a little look on Amazon.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
who
What,
also bought the game also bought this. That's great.
What did you get defrauded out of, Julian?
Well, it was two transactions. I forgot I need to use a microphone. It was something in like out of London, like St Albans, and something I can't remember what the companies were.
Right.
But I definitely didn't go there and buy this stuff. But it's worrying at the beginning of lockdown. Your diary's completely erased, and then like there's £700 gone out my bank. I was like, Bumbaclar.
So on Amazon, people who also bought the game also bought
Yeah.
models attract women through honesty.
Oh,
Whee.
honesty.
Models.
Yeah.
What? That's a book, is it? Models.
Yeah.
so niche.
And then The Natural, how to effortlessly attract the women you want. Oh, The Mystery Method, how to get beautiful women into bed.
Oh, mystery's back.
And that's under the mystery book, tab.
Do you know what? Do you remember in that book though? It said that you should like go into a club wearing like a top hat.
Yeah, like
And goggles.
accessorize and stuff.
Peacock.
Well, that's what the
they call it,
game
don't they?
says.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to walk in
Peacocking.
wearing like platform shoes.
So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you can really easily spot these guys.
I used to walk into bars dressed like, you remember Apollo Creed in like Rocky IV?
Just get lowered down into the bar.
I went to the UK and I just would walk in with the big American. Man, just slaying.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, I suppose the idea is it's a conversation starter, isn't it? That's what peacocking's meant
I
to
guess. Do you know what else though? Like, just do something else. Like, there's so many other things. I feel like energy. It's like it's like a circle, and it's like you can only devote so much energy to so much, and like I feel like that is so much energy you're devoting to that. When you could be writing, creating.
Oh, also,
Like, it's
when
not like
they're-
that's the only thing in the world. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sex.
When they're doing that, they're putting a false idea of who they are on as well. So if they get with a girl, like they got to keep that up forever.
Yeah.
be. Just got to wear like a green waistcoat for your whole relationship.
I know. Yeah, I know. You just
Got to wear a tiara forever.
How come you don't wear your top hat anymore?
I really like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know, babe.
But yeah, you got to keep that bullshit up, innit?
Yeah,
So just chill,
Yeah.
just be yourself.
just relax, you guys.
Just
Go
be
vegan.
yourself, kings. Treat
go vegan.
everyone like human beings. Get laid.
Be monogamous and go vegan.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Celibacy
because I
is
suppose
a-
this.
It's good.
But I've read. Have you ever read any self-help books? I bet you.
Oh,
should-
yeah.
I bet you have.
Oh,
yeah.
I went for a binge of them. Yeah.
I mean, I still. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say I think you get to a point where you've literally pretty much read all the principles.
Yes.
still
They get
occasionally-
recycled constantly.
100%.
There
And
is a
also,
lot of bullshit in that
I learned a
world.
long time ago, you can read a self-help book in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the first page, the whole middle is waffle, and then
Yeah.
the crux of the book is about 2 pages toward the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Definitely.
start there.
It always goes like this. It's like, but before I tell you that, let me tell you my story. And then
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
300 pages. And you're like,
forward.
sweet. And then it's like, and now finally, what you've been waiting for, the top 3 ways to build your mailing list. And it's like, it was the last page.
Yeah.
This book was 500 pages.
Yeah, there's so
Yes.
much bullshit. It's a big industry, though, isn't it?
I don't
That's
know.
been for years.
Yeah.
There's been some really good ones, though.
About Tony
One's about
Robbins.
money. Tony Robbins, he perplexes me because what is
Yeah.
he? He's very good at telling people. He is good at motivating you.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but he made his money telling people by motivating people. And if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
if you
yeah.
read about his story, there was a time where he was broke and telling people to get rich.
Yeah. That's
Like-
his
like
business.
in his early days, there was a
Yeah.
like a 2-year period where he was a motivational speaker
yeah.
who was broke.
It's like
So
those,
like,
it's
what
like
the
those
fuck?
guys on
So
Instagram.
what am I supposed to do? Just become that? Like just
Do you get DM'd by those guys? Do you want to get your followers up? And then you look on them, they got 4
constantly.
followers.
Yeah.
No, when
there's
you
an element
do
of
yourself first.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like we just accept that Tony Robbins is good at motivating you, but he didn't really do anything first except be good at motivating.
He's definitely
Yeah,
engaged.
exactly.
Like Bill Clinton, when he, that Monica Lewinsky thing, his career was fucked. He called Tony Robbins, didn't he? Tony Robbins has helped like Mandela,
How'd you get just
Princess
out of a dress, Tony? I'm in trouble here.
Diana. How'd you get jizz off a desk? Just put a bit of salt and red wine on it.
I guess Tony Robbins is kind of like comedy directors. You know those guys that are like they have an eye for it, but they're not funny or comedians.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Which when I moved here, that was a foreign concept to me, like a director. And it took
Yeah.
me a while to understand. I was like, but he's not a comedian. That guy's not funny.
Yeah,
And they're like, yeah, but he's got an eye for it. But and I believe
Yes.
it now. It does help. You know,
I
you
think
need
it
that objective opinion.
I think it helps, as in you've got someone's eyes on what you're doing. Second opinion.
I know. I still just feel like it's a.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I've asked Carl's advice before, but Carl's
Carl
a
said-
comedian and he's funny.
What did Carl
Yes.
say? Quit.
Carl told me to quit. Yeah, I remember that. I was on a train. I said, "What should I do with this bit?" And he said, "Give it
Quit,
to me."
and
He
Carl
said, "Give it
started
to me
doing
and,
that
and
bit.
quit." Yeah, and then he fucking did it, and it's really good. I think
Did it on
he's-
TV.
He's in Australia now doing it.
Yeah.
It was a whole show.
That's my directorial technique. I take the routine, I try it out for 2 to 3 years, and then you can have it back.
Every time Carl Donnelly does a new show, a new comedian quits comedy. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not doing like conspiracy, but I've noticed that.
I'm the widow maker of comedy.
Back
yeah,
to their
man.
office jobs, mate.
But yeah, but that's
What's-
a lot. That's
what-
the thing with self-help is I find as well. Sometimes I've read a bunch of them in the past, and some of the and mainly the big ones because people always recommend them. Like I've read The Power of Now and fucking.
I mean,
what's
that's more to me than a self. It is under the self-help category, but I do love Eckhart Tolle. I do think that what he says is so simple and pure. and
Yes.
I like his flavour of it.
I haven't read it in a long time. I mean, sometimes I don't. It's not so much self-help as it is like instructional. Like, okay, I read a book once about money that was really good. It was
Yeah.
kind of self-helpy. It was like, but it was like
Napoleon Hill, was it?
No, but I know that one too. But it was like it's got kind of a wanky title. It was called "I Can Make You Rich."
Oh,
But it was like, you know what I
And then
realized?
you buy his book. The
Yeah.
irony.
And I was like, wait a minute, mate, I'm 10 pounds down already. Fuck this guy. It was like, I realized I didn't know anything about, because I was sitting around, I was like, just started making money as a comedian. And I was like, why am I always broke? And then I realized, like, I've never tried to get good at money. Like, money's like a skill. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then I just read the book.
They
and
should teach this stuff in school.
Oh, 100%. Dude,
Yeah.
I remember when I was
Instead
in high
of
school.
Latin or fucking
I was in high school.
algebra.
Yeah. They taught me how
Division.
to write a
When
letter.
do you need to divide numbers?
I've never used numbers in my life.
You don't. Even accountants don't really need to divide numbers,
No.
probably.
no, but you still. I think you still want. If you are an accountant, you should have a basic understanding of how.
Yeah, yeah. But
numbers work.
once you get that GCSE,
Yeah.
then fucking how about mortgages and life skills and paying
Teach
rent
that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
and ISA's accounts and Bitcoin.
My English teacher taught us how to
Selling
write a
weed.
letter. And then like a month later, email was invented.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sweet. Cheers, man. I still barely know. If I ever have to write a letter for any reason, I'm like, where does my address go?
Yeah, yeah.
Left?
Yeah.
Fine.
When was the last time you wrote a letter
Top left.
to the
I had
author
to like
of
send.
the game?
Yeah, I wrote a letter to Neil Strauss.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I said,
Thanks for your
thanks for
guidance,
everything,
my
man.
king. A photo of you sitting around with loads of tens.
And I sent him a copy
Master.
of my book. Yeah. Loads of tens. Yeah. What's the best self-help books you've read? I read one called The Inner Game of Tennis. That's a good one. That's about art, creativity.
Ah.
This is a great. Here's the whole theory of the
The
book.
War of Art, I was.
Oh, The War of Art was good. I reread that though
Art of
and
War,
didn't
isn't
get
it?
as much out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
I think it's just interesting, innit? But I don't know how much you get from that and put into your life. I mean, someone who is attracted to self-help books is probably got problems going on in their life anyway. Maybe.
self-help though can be a little bit. It's like a capitalist. It's a symptom of capitalism because it's all about. Sometimes I take umbrage with the fact that it's like everything is you.
Yeah.
It's you. Oh, you're broke? Work harder.
Yeah.
There's no like.
Yeah.
There's no room for like maybe the system should be better. It's like you should just work harder. Just
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
all on you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Do you
this was
think
like
there's
I
some-
once
do
had
you
an
think there's some
argument
merit-
with Milo McCabe about this. Friend of ours, friend of the podcast.
Yeah, Troy.
But Milo was a big purveyor of the book The Secret. If you haven't heard
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Secret, it's all about what's it called? What's the word? It's
Law of
when
attraction.
Law of
Law
attraction.
of Attraction. Yeah. And he was like, I'd read it. Just, I think, because again, it's one of them things where people were talking about it, and I read it and thought it was absolute horse shit from start to finish.
I
And
think
he
there's
was
an
saying, no,
element-
there's a
there's
lot
an-
in it. And
No.
I was sort of saying, but I was saying the problem with the whole idea of the law of attraction is it sort of seems to ignore the context of every individual's life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's not just saying, if you work hard and believe something, you've probably got a better chance of getting there. This is
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
whatever you want, you can imagine
Yeah.
it into being.
Well, I when I first saw The Secret, I was annoyed because I thought that is like how I've lived my life. I've always just sort of thought everything will work out and like so I was annoyed that someone had put it into text like that without my signing off. But
That was your secret.
I read this Darren Brown book and he was basically saying what you said. He was like, it's not like I don't disagree that the law of attraction is a thing. I believe in it, but I believe that you could also be aware of what's actually happening. Whereas if you say to yourself, I want money, you're probably now going to start taking actions
Yeah.
that will lead you to that.
Yes.
Even if it's subconscious and now you've gone, the money just
Because you put it at the front of your brain, haven't you?
I don't know, but having said that, haven't you ever had those synergetic sort of things where you're like, oh, like I remember recently I just got a new visa and it's it's like I'm in this country forever now. And I had never heard of this visa before. And I was talking to someone and I was like,
Visa.
visa. Yeah, like a to work here.
Visa.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Welcome to England.
He's fucking alpha in me, dude. Hey, respect on that, bro.
He's
Hey,
negging
you really,
you.
you really cucked me, bro.
The
Yeah,
camera
yeah,
turns
no
up, you two are just going to absolutely rail
Thanks.
each other.
Hey, man, thanks for showing me what a cuck I was being.
No problem, man. Just like to keep you aware. Young king.
I told Julian I'm gonna give it 2 more. I'm gonna give my career 2 more years, and then I'm going after the alt-right market.
Yeah.
I'm just going all in.
Yeah, you might as well.
Everything's a lie.
Yeah, I reckon
some
we'll do that.
seminars.
We'll probably lurch to the right in about a year or two.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Then the visa we met someone the next day that was like, oh, here's this visa that you've never heard of that you can get for just being an artist. It was crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it's a lifelong visa now for
Yeah.
England. That's good.
But I heard Milo, he's going to hate this. I hope he's not offended. I used to hear stories about Milo, and I love this shit. I think, and actually, one of them is verifiable. You know, like a pre-workout drink? Like with creatine and shit in it?
Yeah.
Milo takes those before he goes on stage.
he does. I suppose he probably burns calories.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I find that hilarious. A pre-workout
but
before you go on stage?
Doesn't
I
Russell
think that's
Kane
funny
do
in that sense.
something?
Russell Kane does his is it bulletproof coffee? Like I think a lot of comedians have that pre-show ritual of something that they need.
Yeah,
they've built
but
up this
dude,
thing they
a
need.
pre-workout with like creatine in
That's
it, and
funny,
like
that is funny.
that is funny. And I
Come on
what the
stage and
fuck?
protein shake.
Yeah, like he does a post-workout shake. I don't know, it's funny. And I think he used to take Alpha Brain pills.
Yeah. I bought
What
those
are
once
alpha
years
brain
ago.
pills?
They it's a company called On It. I think it's Rogan's company, or he's got shares.
Yeah.
in it.
And I love Milo.
It's like
found that genuine-
nootropics. It's like natural stuff to help your brain function.
Dude, come on.
Does it work?
I don't know. The people who sell it say it works. So I don't know.
Really?
I have taken it
Why don't
before.
you guys have your own supplements?
Yeah,
Why don't you guys have supplements?
We're going to start pushing
TVI supplements.
Yeah.
some supplements.
Suppositories. Just
Yeah. They're not so
We
they
put-
just go in your
put them
arse
in
and
for you.
stay there.
Yeah.
They just go in your arse and vibrate.
Arse beads. That's what,
Exact-
that's what it
it's
is.
an
Yeah.
exact model of my dick.
All right, I feel better that you said that now.
Cool, man.
I don't feel so bad about my
Yeah,
Pussy
yeah.
King book.
But that whole secret thing. Basically, me and Milo, I think we were in Edinburgh and we'd had a few drinks. We were just talking about it, and and he was all he was doing was being optimistic, and he was like, "Yeah, but the idea of the law of attraction is you think of what your dream and then you into being." And I was just being cynical and saying like, "Yeah, but you're saying that, but." We are saying it from a position of privilege where we're comedians at the Edinburgh Fringe and we're doing all right. Like you couldn't just say that to some fucking kid in the Congo who suddenly says he wants to be, he wants to be bloody nominated for the Edinburgh Comedy Award.
Well, what he
He's not,
wants is different to what we want as well.
That's
I
what I mean.
guess
So
he
I'm
just
saying
wants.
it always has to be.
Yeah.
You always have to narrow your horizons enough that you
Just
give
visualize
that whole
what-
idea
Yeah,
works.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we've had this talk before. I don't know though, because it will help the kid in the car. I don't know. Maybe I'm grew up in America. I have that optimism. I believe that you're both saying the same. If you say the law of attraction is some mystical thing, you're saying the same thing as someone who's saying, well, actually what's happening is you're putting your effort toward it. So if the kid in the Congo changes his thinking, he's already expanded his mind beyond I live in the Congo.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do
Yeah.
about it. So his brain now has opened up to new possibilities, which will then make him take greater action in the law of attraction, and then this appearance of
But
the law
his
of attraction will come
chances
to
of it.
him.
Well, imagine if you've
But
got a
that's
kid
just
who's
bleak,
10.
man.
It depends.
So your
advice
advice-
who's 10 and digging out of mineral mine in the Congo, and one day thinks I want to be on Live at the Apollo, and then you've got a kid who's 10 who's in a middle class family in Surrey watching Live at the Apollo and goes, I want to be on Live at the Apollo. They can both dream of being on Live at the Apollo. Which one's got the better chance of that coming true?
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, certain people have a leg up, but
The guy from
That's
Congo,
what I
I
mean.
reckon.
So the
the
law of
Congo-
attraction
these-
isn't
yeah.
the law of attraction can't work across the board in that it has to be seen.
the
through
answer was the
confines
Congo
of
kid,
reality.
right? The Congo
But
kid.
Fucking BBC's new rules, eh?
You know, mate,
I
with the
think-
way things are these days.
well, that's our first dipping our toe into the right, isn't it?
Yeah,
But,
small right. Dude, I'll tell you what, though.
But I think that we've got different wants, though. The kid in the Congo just probably wants to. It depends where it is. The Congo all poor, is it? Yeah, all of it. I don't really know about the
Democratic
Congo.
Republic of Congo is technically pound for pound the worst place to live on earth.
Okay, but
in
he
terms
just
of
wants
poverty
the.
levels.
He probably just wants the basics, doesn't he? Obviously, like he just
So that's
wants
what I mean.
food
So the law of
that
attraction
day.
it doesn't give you the option to have anything. It has to be. It gives you. Maybe it helps you envision what is available within the parameters of your own life.
I do think
But it
that,
doesn't tell you that in the book, does it? That's why I'm critical of it.
Appreciating what you've got is a good vibe to be on, isn't it?
Yeah, but
like even if it's
That's
even
what I think.
even if it's like I've got food today, I've got a home, I've got like the basics. It's it puts you on a better vibe.
Yeah,
to
but
get
I don't-
more of
I don't see
stuff
what
you want.
I don't see what the point is by telling the kid in the Congo you have that this other guy has a leg up against you. So what? Well, I mean, the kid in the Congo should still
I'm not
try.
saying say it to him. I'm just saying it is when you actually, you have to accept the realities of.
I'll be
the
interested
world
to see
we
their
live in.
happiness levels. Are they less happy than someone who lives in London in a rat race, or is the happiness level similar anyway?
I don't
yeah.
know exactly with the Congo, but I do know they've done some studies, and certain third world countries come out higher in terms of general levels
That's
of
what-
happiness
yeah,
than first
some-
world
Oh,
countries.
completely.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's that thing of like you're
Because they're not reading the fucking Secret, dreaming of all these big things and not getting it. They're just
They're not
chilling.
watching the
They're
news.
just expecting what they get. Yeah. Well, there's like a certain level of income. They say you're not happier afterward.
Yeah. They in the middle is the most happy, isn't it? Like 60G a
Totally.
year or something. Like
I'm happy. Are you happy?
I think I'm happy.
Carl's happy. I know that. I've been happy for years.
Yeah.
What,
do
what
feel
more could you want?
content.
I was thinking about my day today. I told someone this yesterday, and I was like, because I was genuinely like, all right, what do I got to do tomorrow? I got to do this podcast. And it just hit me like, that's not a real day.
Yeah.
it's not, not at all.
Like, that's a Wednesday for me. I like was saying
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I have to be somewhere. Like I have to. What'd you do on Wednesday? Oh, I went and did a podcast.
Yeah.
At 2.
yeah,
That's like I was almost embarrassed
And people are getting up at like
I mean, I am
6
embarrassed.
a.m. You should be
because people
embarrassed.
said what
Yeah,
podcast. I told them it was Adam Buxton.
Oh, cool. We're about
Tell them
to
it's this
pop,
new
by
great
the way.
alt right one that's just kicking off.
Buxton's got a new all right podcast.
I'm gonna go on it, mate.
Let me get on it. Not yet though. Just give it 2 more years.
Yeah, wait.
I'm about to pop.
I keep hearing that, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
from you.
I'm about to pop, bro. That's what I do now. I'm gonna be one of those comics that just brags about himself.
There was a comic at a bar once that said to me, "There's a lot of buzz about me at the moment."
I had a comic look. Dude,
And he don't do comedy anymore, by the way. But he was a good guy. But it was so funny. I didn't know what it kind of meant when he said it. It was like, "There's a lot of
Yeah.
buzz about me at the moment." Yeah.
there's a comic who is successful now, and he said to me once at a club, he goes, "I'd put my 20 minutes up against anyone." And then he walked away, and I thought, anyone? And he turned around before I said, and he went, and I mean anyone. And then just walked away.
Then he
Like,
saw
damn.
my set and quit.
You know what I like about, was it you that was telling me about Paul Chowdhury went up to, what was it? He went up to, he used to go up to comics, he'd say, oh yeah. He said to, I think it was like Reese James or something, he goes, you were good. And then Reese's like, yeah, thanks. And Paul goes, now watch this.
I remember Ian Cognito was emceeing a gig once, and he was walking towards the stage, and he said to me, "Watch how it's done." And he got up and just bombed so badly.
It's really funny.
But even Ian Cognito was so confident when he and brash, and he was a good guy.
Yeah.
If I bomb now as a compere and I bring someone up, I always whisper in their ear, follow that. Because I saw Tony Law do that. It was hilarious. He bombed so bad at this uni event.
He's so
And
good at
he
bombing.
literally, he kicked the, so we're all in the green room like, what's it going to be like when he comes in? And he opens the door with his foot, kicks it open, and he goes, follow that, Robbins. To John Robbins. And I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I remember
Yeah,
seeing him
it's
once
the
at
only way
Battersea
you can come
Jongleurs.
out looking
He was
good.
bombing, but he had like Mickey Mouse gloves on for no reason.
He's like one of the funniest comics to watch bomb.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
What's the funny, like, isn't that so important? Like, I bombed the other night at Top Secret, and I was really
I heard
happy though
about
because I bombed funny. Like, you got to bomb funny, right?
Well, that's it. There's different types of bombing, isn't there? And there is.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen Tom Wrigglesworth have some of the funniest, like rough gigs, Christmas gigs and stuff, where he just takes the whole ship down with him. Man, it's so funny.
Yeah,
He's
like
just
in a funny
he's
way.
properly
Yeah.
just literally dragging them all down. With, you're fucking coming with me, everyone.
I'm not good at bombing, man. It's 'cause
Really?
I've not got that much experience.
Should
as
be,
you
mate.
lot.
The amount of times it happens.
Well, you should read my other book. It's called Pussy King: The Art of Bombing.
Yeah. I will read it. Can you sign it for me?
Yeah,
Can you do an audio book?
I have. Yeah.
We need to wrap it up, guys. I've just seen the
Oh
time.
shit!
We need to.
Wow, this was
we need
really
to
fun.
vacate the studio.
Thanks,
It was really
thanks
fun.
for coming, man.
Thanks for sitting in my seat, mate, while I'm down here.
Sure, man. How's it going?
It's
Out
very
there.
nice. It's lovely. Having a lovely time. I had a lovely show tonight. Lovely sold out Wednesday show at the festival.
Wow.
Great. It's
Oh.
long. If I just froze, I thought I froze there. Just
Yeah,
as
you
Yeah, you
did.
did,
You
yeah.
did just for a
My
second.
internet goes just
And then
as we're wrapping it up.
weirdly, we
That's
froze
Phoebe just
too.
turning me off.
We also
Everyone
froze.
All right, but anyway, this has been very fun. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming, King.
Any
Yeah,
business?
no problem.
Any final
Did I
words,
say anything bad?
Julia?
Am I gonna get canceled?
You're fine.
No, not
you
at
sure?
all.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
I
fine.
said pussy.
Phoebe's the barometer for.
I've got a brand.
I'm a bit of a snowflake.
I just want to
You
make sure
didn't
everything I
offend
did
me.
is on brand.
No, it's all right. It's
Bit of
all
some
on
truth.
brand, all your stuff, man.
Oh well, I got another week
Yeah.
on this brand, and I'm gonna try another one.
Yeah, switch it up, man. Be like Madonna.
Any final business, Julian?
Thanks to all our new patrons. Thanks to all our
Yes.
TikTok viewers. Thanks to our YouTube subscribers. We need
Yeah,
more.
sign up.
Um,
You can find it all. Just type the words TVI into all of them.
Yeah,
You'll find
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Cool,
And
man.
That's it.
Do I get to promote myself, or is
Of course
this
you
just-
do, man.
Yes. What? Where
How long you
people
guys
can
been
find
doing
you,
this? You can find me on TikTok, Russell Hicks Comedy, or Instagram at Russell Hicks with two S's on the
Excellent.
end.
And they can see you live all over the
You can see me live
UK.
in the UK, and I'm on YouTube.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Thanks.
And I
have two books.
Thanks, Phoebe.
patrons. Yeah, and also we'll look out for those books that are
Also my two
soon to be
self-help
hitting
books.
those shelves.
In Waterstones. In all bad bookshops near you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.